Hi guys, welcome back. It's Tommy with another Starcraft Remastered replay cast from the South Korean ladder from 2024. Once again, a very interesting Terran versus Protoss engagement here on a 4 spawning location map. We have spawning here in the lower right. In the yellow it is refresh with a very low APM here, interesting enough. And let's just see how exactly he's going to be doing here versus his opponent spawning in the lower left. In the blue it is Flash with his AK, with his barcode. Quite an interesting game, like I told you. 4 spawning location map. Very soon we are going to be checking out the build orders just like we do in the previous replays. Still no reaction here from the Protoss, but finally I believe he's going to open up with a pylon very soon. Interesting enough, placing it a little bit outside of his base. And I believe Flash is also going to very likely place his supply depot just like he did in the previous replays next to his command center here to give some protection towards his SCV. Yeah, let's have a look what exactly is going to happen here. If the Protoss is going to indeed save some money for a Nexus first. And the same can be said here for the Terrans, also be a possibility for him to go for a command center first. So quite a greedy gameplay given the fact that it is a 4 spawning location map. But it looks like Flash is going for his barracks very close to his expansion here, sorry, towards his main. Usually he likes to walk out on the street and put it out next to his expansion point. But this time he has decided to put it very close towards his base, and at the same time also very fast gas for him. And we also see no reaction here from the Protoss into his main, so this looks like a indeed fast expansion build order. So straight pylon into fast expansion. Of course, like I told you, given the fact that it is a 4 spawning location map, but Flash could be very lucky here with a good scout into the lower right, but I believe sadly for him he's actually moving towards the upper left part. So a lucky build order here for the Protoss, going straight Nexus first and now continuing with his gateway. Let's have a look into the main from Flash, already gathering the gas with 3 SCVs here, and I believe the first Marines will also be produced very soon by him. So yeah, no intentions for him to go for a fast expansion, just straight barracks, and I believe he's going to continue with a factory very soon. And notice that only 1 SCV has been left now here to gather the gas, and now actually no SCVs at all. So Flash with 12 gas here, going straight towards the factory, pretty much abandoning here the gas with 4,888 left here. Let's have a look at the Protoss. He's also mining here from his gas station and also going for his much needed cybernetics core into this location. So in the meantime the scouting pretty much continues here onto the map. The SCV is moving here forward for Flash, and the Marine is also nicely scouting here the map as he's going to be seeing the timing from the expansion, already taking some damage. A very good block here by the Protoss, and he sees the timer. Of course he sees the fast expansion, going to try to look into the main. The Protoss tries of course to block as much as he can, but he sees the double gateway with the cybernetic core, the gas as well here. So very good scouting here by Flash. Let's have a look at his reaction. He's also moving out very far out with his Marines. Is he going to be also going for a expansion? We're about to find out. Could be also an SCV rush, as he's also going for some vultures. So yes, indeed, another SCV rush here onto this channel. Let's have a look if Flash is going to be successful with 3 Marines, some SCVs, and a vulture or 2 is going to follow up here also very soon, as we also have a zealot out onto the map. So it's going to be very likely a bunker rush versus the opponent. Let's see how he's going to be doing here versus this, but of course we do have the 2 double dragoons getting spawned here, so Flash has to hurry up. The dragoons can of course attack from the high ground, and yeah, there's the first dragoon already out here, the second dragoon here as well. I believe Flash might have to retreat as we do have even a zealot and those 2 dragoons in the front. The bunker is getting produced, 1 SCV has been killed, the Marines also taking some damage, the dragoons here as well. The SCV tries of course to block as much as they can. 1 bunker is about to get finished very soon, the zealot has been killed. So Flash still looking really healthy, but remember 2 more dragoons are on their way. They can attack of course here from the high ground. However, the expansion seems to be lost here for the Protoss, but the Protoss can of course bounce back with a robotics facility bay, with some reavers, with some shuttles, just like Rain has shown us. Now it's pretty much 4 dragoons versus the bunker here and versus the vultures, and he's trying to, interesting enough, bypass this. 1 dragoon however already taking some damage. The vulture is also really low. So interesting move by the Protoss, intercepting the reinforcements here for Flash, as the Nexus is taking more and more damage out of this bunker. And yeah, with that I believe the Nexus is pretty much going to fall. So once again a good harass here by Flash. A good aggressive move out, killing some probes from his opponent at the same time. Also moving here out onto the map and at the same time even expanding here into this location. Let's have a look into the main from the Protoss. Of course, the reaction immediately, robotics facility by him, as the range has been now finished here for the Dragoons. So in the end, the bunker is of course going to fall. The Marines have to retreat as fast as they can. And yeah, Flash sadly not reacting here so fast, as one Marine is getting sniped. Let's have a look into his main. Still one factory, one barracks for him. And yeah, the game continues as Flash now perhaps has a small advantage, as he did snipe the expansion here. But let's not forget that the robotics facility bay is going to finish here for him. And we see even siege tank ability with the siege tank. So the Protoss is pretty much going to rebuild this. We have some mines out here onto the map, so the Protoss needs to be careful. Some observers are of course much needed. There is the observatory. He might even try the trick to pull the mines and destroy them. That's exactly what he's doing. So very skilled Protoss player here. As yeah, of course Flash is going to try to mine as many positions here as possible, creating a nice highway here of mines. And in the meantime also securing his expansion here into this point, as more and more SCVs are getting transferred here for him towards the expansion point. So yeah, things have settled down a little bit. We go into a more defensive gameplay, but remember, the shuttle might be ready very soon with the still no support bay here for the Protoss, so he needs that support bay for the rivers of course. And I'm pretty sure he's going to continue to clear those mines here with the observer being out, as Flash is now securing his expansion of course with some turrets, as he's also expecting a attack by the shuttle with the river. So very smart gameplay here as we close in towards the 10-minute mark. 3 turrets are actually getting produced, more tanks. Gas is also being taken here by Flash. So very nice strategic gameplay here by him, and the Protoss is slowly but steadily moving here out. And worker wise we have Flash with 6 more workers, 5 more workers than his opponent. So both of them pretty much adding more and more workers, securing their expansions. Another factory here for Flash, as more and more units are getting spawned. And we also have the armory here for the upgrades here for the mech units for Flash, as the vultures are still moving around. And finally speed is being done here for those vultures, as the Citadel of Doom is also getting added here for the speed for the zealots. And yeah, let's just see how the game is going to continue. No major movement here onto the map, just some Dragoons just patrolling here the map, just sniping as many mines as possible as they can. And yeah, of course it would be very hard for them to attack here. So many tanks nicely spreaded here by Flash, as he might even have some units here into his main. And there we have a nice observer by the Protoss, seeing everything here. Flash has seeing the triple factories for him, as we see more and more of those mines getting laid out. So of course the Protoss tries to clear as many as he can. And let's have a look into his main once again. There we have another gateway. More pylons and gateways are getting produced. Interesting enough, no intentions for him to go yet for a river. Finally there is, no, it's actually an arbiter tribunal. So interesting move here by the Protoss, going into arbiters, even though many Protosses really like to go into mass shuttles, river gameplay. And we actually have an arbiter here for him, as he's also very likely going to try to secure this expansion right here. And Flash is also slowly but steadily moving here out. He might even expect some DT rush. This is why exactly he's adding those turrets all over the map here. So very patient gameplay here for Flash. Same can be said here for the Protoss, as yeah, there we even have the starport. So very soon some arbiters are going to be added here for him. So this might have to force Flash to go into a science vessel. He has no scan available yet. He's pretty much blind. He's of course expecting a harassment with the shuttle, but no such thing here out of the Protoss, as the first arbiter is getting produced here. So this might take Flash by surprise. The only detection which he has are those turrets, and of course the arbiters quite deadly with the invisibility for their units, as more and more factories are getting added here for Flash. But he really needs a starport with a science vessel pretty urgently against this nice arbiter rush by the opponent. And yeah, let's have a look how the game is going to continue. The tanks are nicely positioned here. Flash might just secure another expansion point very soon onto this map, as more and more units are getting added here for both players We even have recall, so we might see a nice recall happening here straight into this location. It's only one turret defending this, so this could be a great possibility here for the Protoss to do a recall. This would have been, of course, much harder, but also many units here are outside for Flash. And yeah, he still has no idea that it is going to be indeed a arbiter gameplay here for the Protoss, as speed is getting added, weapons one, more vultures are getting added here for the Terran, and let's just see how exactly the game is going to continue. He has another expansion has been secured, and all of a sudden we fresh at 60 workers versus Flash, but it looks like Flash, it looks like he's going to react, not going for another expansion. I believe it's going to be once again a timing push, but little does he know that there is, of course, a arbiter, even the second arbiter onto his way. We even have some DTs for him, so yeah, very soon he is going to be up for a surprise as he needs detection. Let's have a look into his main. There is indeed a comset, might be a comset here as well. So yeah, Flash slowly but steadily moving here forward. The SCV will very likely take some damage. Now he sees the arbiter, he sees the invisible units, so he needs the detection really fast here. Let's have a look, just one turret is getting produced, of course, as slowly but steadily the push is happening here for Flash, but he still has no detection. Slowly but steadily he's adding more and more vultures. Finally he's scanning, but those scans will eventually run out. Flash needs to be careful as the Protoss is nicely spreading here his units. Vultures are in the front border, of course, they're no match against those Dragoons. We even have a DT moving forward. He might get snapped by some mines, as another mine is going to get some great connections here. So the Protoss with a little bit of mistakes here, but the Terran actually pushing here more and more forward, catching the Protoss by surprise, as the tanks now will eventually take care of the expansion right here, even scanning this area once again. The Protoss pretty much under siege in two different directions. Very nice position here to secure this expansion. And yeah, this expansion looks like it's pretty much doomed here, as Flash has pushed forward with his tanks, with his marines, with his vultures. Same time, a nice counter attempt here by the Protoss with his zealots in the front, nicely soaking up so many mines, dealing so much splash damage. So a great move here by the Protoss. The Dragoons are still in the back, but not that many forces are being left here alive for the Protoss, as he's just still trying to inflict, of course, more and more damage towards the Terran. And yeah, sadly for him, he really doesn't have so much left here. Just a couple of zealots, but it still could be enough if there would have been some mines on the ground. But notice that Flash is not laying any mines, just using the vultures in the front to protect his tanks in the back, as he's pushing now forward towards the next expansion point. Another scan is moving out. Flash finally realizing that this could be a winning move, as we have even the ice fields onto those vultures here, and more damage is being taken here by the Protoss. The expansion also looking like it's going to fall very soon, as the tanks are slowly but steadily closing here forward. And I believe this might have been the winning move here for Flash, not adding those mines onto the ground, just going forward with the vultures, giving protection towards those tanks. Let's have a look at the upgrades. One weapons upgrades here for him. I believe the Protoss also had one weapons upgrade, but yeah, in the end Flash was able to secure his victory also with those scans. And yeah, in the end he convincingly took it with a nice timing push once again, having those frozen fields onto those vultures and tanks. A very nice view here. Let's have a look at the stats very quick. I'm going to be clicking left and right once again, so yeah, very interesting game. Flash once again with a very aggressive move early on with the bunker rush, and then with the timing push with the tanks, with vultures, also some Goliaths, and also having scan available, securing him the win. So a very interesting game. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is Tommy signing out.